the funnest part about this is I really don't think she needs any introduction. I'm just so grateful that she said yes. I reached out to her and I said, I have a really big scary ask, but would you train? And she was like, that's not scary. Of course I will. So just know that she's been in Arbonne over 35 years. She is just a powerhouse in the industry. She is out there paving the way for this industry to get better and better for you and for me, not just with Arbonne, but with the Direct Selling Association and all the other entities that actually are making network marketing the profession that it is today. So without further ado, Donna, I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to mute my line and I'm going to give everyone every second of your precious time. And thank you so much for being with us.
Well, I'm so excited. I just got in from golfing and I cleaned up pretty good, so I had my golf hat on. Thank you so much, Terry. It's so good to be with you. We are heading into a really big season here with fall, and I hope you guys are ready. And I'm wondering, do you want to put it on speaker view and can I screen share? Okay. So I'm going to do something a little bit different today. How many of you went to Rachel Hollis's Made for More, right? And she talked about how important it is. That was like going to an Arbonne event, wasn't it? It was so cool. And one of the things she talked about, especially I think as entrepreneurs, we need music to lift us up. If you've got songs that really get you fired up and, you know, focusing on your vision and where you're going. So I just finished my 17th annual Green Bay Leadership Retreat. And I just want to share a few, like less than a minute of our opening video because it actually ties in with what I'm training on tonight. So, let's see, host disabled. Okay. So Terry, can you go into manage participants and let me just go to my name and give me the opportunity to screen share? Do you know how to do that? You can unmute yourself. You got it? Okay. All right. So now I should be able to screen share. Yep. Okay. So here we go, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us.
Can you hear it okay? I know you're going to want to start dancing now.
Wanna cut you down. I'm gonna say goodbye, gonna drown around. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Cause here I come. And the mountain to the beat I drum.
For some reason, my volume isn't real loud, but you guys can hear it, huh? Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into my PowerPoint. A smooth transition here. Okay, one of the things we really focused on our event was, this is me. Who are you? You know, who are you? And you know, sometimes it takes us decades to realize that we have to be our authentic self. We can't be someone else, right? Last week before I went to, before I had my Green Bay event, I went to Portland, Oregon for a car presentation for a new RVP, and her name is Kelly. And Kelly's upline RVP is Carrie, and Carrie's just a really bubbly, dynamic gal, and Carrie's a little bit more quiet, but she's such an amazing person. And one of the things Kelly shared at her car presentation is that I finally got it together when I realized that I needed to be me. I just needed to be me. And so focus on who you are and the gifts that God gave you, and build on that, because you're very, very special. No one else is like you. So don't compare yourself to other people. You know, get really clear with who you are, what's your purpose, what's your why. And one of the books that we read preparing for Green Bay was The Power of I Am. It's Joel Osteen's book. Many of you have probably read it. But, you know, our I am statements are so, so important. And, you know, we remember Dr. Shad Helmstetter, the author of What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. He's been a trainer at Arbonne. And one of the things he really teaches us is to be very, very careful of not only what we say to ourselves, but also what we declare, our declarations, the things, the words that come out of our mouth. You know, your words can either be balm or bombs, you know, balm or bombs. And so really watch your words. And I think in this business, the personal development that we have, we really catch ourselves. We catch each other. We even catch our kids, right? When they say something like, oh, I'm just not so good at that. Or, you know, they put themselves down. And so one thing that we've learned to say and kind of correct with people is to say, I used to be. So if you feel like you're not real organized, you can say, I used to be unorganized, and I'm getting better and better every day, okay? So just really, I think our kids are watching. Terry, I see your daughter there. You know, they're watching you, and little eyes are watching you. The theme of my Green Bay event was called Legends and Legacies. And for all the babies that were there, I had some onesies made up, and it said, future legend, your legacy. And I had the moms and the babies all come up on stage with future legend, your legacy, because these little eyes, these little ears are watching you, and they're learning from you. And so what are they learning from you? Are they learning in your team? What are they learning from you? How do you handle disappointments? How do you manage expectations and really follow through and do the things that you say that you're going to do, okay? So really think about your I am statement going into this fall season. I know everyone is revving up here at the end of August and jumping into September. We're back to a family-owned business with our owners. And, you know, I live part-time in Sweden, and Group Rocher has such an incredible reputation in Europe, and we're so excited for our new CEO, Jean David. Excited that people are meeting with him, and he's really listening to the field, and it's just a new day. And get used to a new normal, you guys. Get used to just more success, more of everything, and get on the playing field. You know, football season is coming up. I'm a big Green Bay Packer fan. And you don't see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. You see him on the field, and that's where we need to put ourselves, is on the field. So I'm going to take you through something that, oops, it should be going around. Uh-oh, it's not working. Okay, I'll just let you, it was supposed to slide in, but you get the whole thing, okay? So let me focus on one thing at a time. So we go through cycles. I love to train in circles. You probably heard my Go for Gold from June 30th. If you didn't listen to that, it's a really great training on the virtual circle of success. You see, the longer we're in Arbonne, we have a balance of belly-to-belly business and virtual business, okay? And juggling all of that can be a little confusing. I had to learn early because 8 years ago, I started living part-time in Sweden. So before the rest of the world was getting used to Zoom and technology, I was already doing it because I had to teach my team when I'm in Sweden, I'm not on vacation, okay? I'm still working, it's just a different time zone. So I had to get used to all the technology and everything. And I tell you, I learn something new every day. And every time someone tells me something new to learn, I'm like, I can't learn anymore. But we have to, right, Carlita? We have to stay engaged. And by the way, I have to share with you that the weekend before Green Bay, Thomas and I went to a spiritual retreat with Lance Wallnau in Washington, D.C. And did you know that the sweet spot for your service and what you have to offer the world is between 50 and 90, you guys. So if you are under 50, I feel so bad for you. I'm just kidding. So I had to throw that in there. I figured you guys would like that. So the June 30th Go for Gold, I really think in a circle the virtual circle of success and how it goes alongside your belly to belly. You want a good balance of in-person and virtual, okay? And so if you're really out of balance, if you're 95% in-person and 5% virtual, you need to balance that out a little bit. It is definitely the wave of the future. And you can find that Go for Gold on SoundCloud. Just follow Donna Johnson, and it's the June 30th Circle of Success. So here's my next circle that I want to share with you. You are going to find yourself. Now, I've been in Arbonne 31 years, and I have gone through these cycles over and over again in my business. And I want you to know, if you've gone through these cycles and you've questioned yourself sometimes, maybe you've beat yourself up, you guys, we're human, okay? You're going to go through these cycles. So I'm going to start with on fire. That's when you're on fire, you're going for it, you're excited. Some of you might be in that quadrant right now. You know, you're just ready. You're doing the do. You're filling your calendar. You're prospecting. You're asking. You're doing the asks, asking people to take a look at this business. It might be a fit. It might not be, but you're asking. I like to teach 1, 2, or 3 a day. If you're a walker, ask 1 new person a day to take a look at Arbonne. If you're a jogger, you should be asking 2. And if you're a runner, you should be asking 3, okay? That just keeps you in the game. And it's super easy to do that, but we kind of step away from it and we don't stay in that activity. So you might be on fire right now where you're just going for it, sort of like out of my way, right? But then we hit this phase sometimes where we're just stuck. We're bored, we're frustrated, we have the doldrums. My husband made this PowerPoint for me, and he didn't know, he's Swedish, and so he did not know the definition of doldrums. So he looked it up and he read it to me and he said, oh, that's a really depressing place to be, is doldrums. So we do this. We get into that rut, you guys, okay? But if we know that it's part of a cycle, we can move through it so that your time in the doldrums house, okay, that your journey, it doesn't have to be that long. You know, unfortunately, some people get stuck in it for weeks or months or even years, God forbid. But it does happen. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be aware of it because you do not have a boss. You do not punch a clock. And so you have to be very aware of where you're at in your business, okay? And then have you ever found yourself where you just cocoon, you know, you just kind of isolate to get clarity? I've done that. I've been in this stage many times. And did you know that the best things come out of the wilderness? You know, Jesus went into the wilderness to get clarity, and he came out with fire and purpose. And so, you guys, it's okay. It's that cocoon. And you know, when, you know, what the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls the butterfly. We know that in nature, the cocoon, something is happening, right? And in that cocoon, there's a struggle. And did you know that if you help the cocoon open, you actually, the butterfly dies because it needs the struggle to break through and become the butterfly. So if you're in a cocoon stage in your business, just really make the best use of that time to get clarity of who you are, what you want, why you're here. You know, this business is so much more than amazing products and business. You are changing people's lives. I've got to share with you, this just blew me away. We give everyone who comes to our retreats, you guys probably do this at your retreats, we give everyone an evaluation form so they can let us know what we can make better, you know, what they loved, and they don't have to sign their name. And Sunday, Thomas and I were just recharging and reading the evaluations, and one person wrote, I don't even know if I can share this without tearing up, but one person wrote, I came to Green Bay to let my upline know. Now, this is all RVPs and MVPs at my retreat last weekend, okay? So she said, I came to Green Bay to let my upline know that I was quitting Arbonne. And after this weekend, I am forever an Arbonne lifer. I was even to the point where I did not know if I wanted to live. I mean, Thomas and I just cried when we read that. And she said, I'm an Arbonne lifer. So you guys, this business is so much more than product and opportunity. This is a people business, and we have an opportunity to just pour in and uplift people. And I love that about this business. So when you go into your cocoon, that isolate clarity, you're going to come out a butterfly, and you're going to be recharged, and you're going to be ready to relaunch your business, okay? And then go back into on fire. And I have done, you know, one of my favorite trainings is how to launch and relaunch your business, because you may be sitting here at the end of summer and saying, I need to recharge. I need to relaunch my business. I'm here to say to you, no shame, no stories. Yes, go for it. You can be on fire again. Some of the most on fire momentum people are the ones that have longevity in Arbonne, and they continue to refocus on what they want and their vision and where they're going. Now, the reason I have these little circles, because what you want to be really aware of is how long of a journey are these different areas that you'll visit. You can take the short road, you can take the slower path, or you can take the long path. You want to, those times when you're stuck and cocooning, you want to have those be short so that you can be on fire in your business. And it doesn't mean you're always going to sprint, okay? Now, one of the things I do when I work out, I don't like doing it. Anyone that loves to run, I just, have so much respect for you. But if I can't swim or some of my favorite cardio workouts, I will just go for a run. I do not like running, but I just do it because I have 8 grandchildren. I want to be there for them. I want to take care of myself. So when my trainer taught me that when I run, I should be jogging, and then I have it paced with music. I love music, so I have it paced so that I jog, and then I sprint for a minute, okay? And then I go back to a jog, and then I sprint, okay? And then I do this interval training as I run. That's how our business is, you guys. You can't be in a full sprint forever. I mean, oh my gosh, if you are, let me know. You have to be jogging in your business, and then do those sprints to really put that momentum in your business. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope you like that. You can screenshot that or take a picture if you want. So really get clear with who you are. Who am I? And then ask, you have to be an asker. You have to ask people to take a look at this business. That's important. And then this last thing I want to cover, and I have something I want to play if I have your permission. As I was getting ready for this training, I was just praying, God, what do you want to share? And this video came up that I feel like I need to share with you. So if you don't mind, I will do that. But I wanted to share with you really quickly, if you want to get to the top of this business, you need to go through 3 stages of learning the system, the tools, the reach out methods, to really master this. And so you need to learn and implement first, okay? Some of you are in that stage where you're learning and you're implementing. You're learning how to do this business. And then you're implementing things, learning how to sponsor, sign people up, launch people, get into calls, all these things. You're implementing, and now you're mastering, okay? You're a master at this. And then you get to the point where you're mastering it and teaching it. So when you're mastering it and teaching it, that is when you become a powerhouse in this business. So I just wanted to share with you how important that is. And I'm going to close with something. Let me see if I can find it here. All my notes. Sorry about this, guys. All right. Let's get this open here. My team just finished a 12-week boot camp with Richard Brooke. On the very last boot camp, one of my leaders asked Richard a question, and it was literally a mic drop, okay, his answer. And the question was, and I know people experience this because I've experienced it. I feel, I get the big L on my forehead once in a while, or I should say I used to, but we've all experienced this. And what the leader asked was, what do you do when you get head junk? When you get head junk, like, I'm not good enough, I've lost my title, or, whatever. And this was Richard's answer. I'm going to share this with you.
People have shame. They have shame around not being active. They have shame around, starting and stopping. They have shame around losing a title. And shame is just a story. But think about, what is the nature of that story? It really tends to exaggerate a childhood story that so many of us have from age 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 7, that we're not good enough. We're not enough. We're not loved enough. We're not good enough. And some of us spend our lives in pretty powerful actions trying to prove that we are. And a lot of people are very successful, and they're very fit, and they dress impeccably. They married the right person, and they drive the right car, and they live in the right house out of an effort to prove that they are enough. And then some people succumb to it, and so they struggle. But when we have these kind of events in our business, they tend to push that button. And so it's real easy to take okay, I lost rank, or, I said I was going to engage in the boot camp. I told my sponsor I was. I told my MVP I was. I promised. And then I didn't again. It's so easy to go into an exaggerated conversation where we beat ourselves up. And so what I do when people are in that place, when people are in a bad story, is I like to first go there with them. So you remember the training module, listening through objections? What do you do when somebody has an objection? Well, you first seek to understand it, right? Make sure you understand what they're objecting to, how they're quantifying the objection. They don't have time, so how much time are they thinking it takes? If you don't know that, then how do you address the time issue? And then the second thing is to kind of get in there with them and wallow around a little bit. Really get how they're feeling and even articulate how they're feeling better than they are. And that's one of the things you can do that with people that are in a funk, is kind of curl up on the couch with them and listen to them and make sure that and that they know how they're feeling. You get it, right? And then at the point where you feel like you have connection, where like you are a trusted advisor in this conversation, you can get to a place where you can ask people a profound coaching question. So is that story, so let's say somebody lost rank. Okay. So how does that feel? Feels horrible. Well, tell me about it. Like, what's the story you make up about it? Well, I make up that I can't ever talk to anybody about the business again because I don't know what my story is. I used to be an RVP, and now what do I tell my prospects? I was an RVP, and then I lost RVP, and I lost RVP because Mary got in and Mary quit, and then Don, he got in, but then he went to this other company, and then I don't know what to say, and like that, right? So I really want the person to articulate for me what is the nature of their story. Like I even like to ask people, let's write that down. Let's write all that mess down. Let's put it on a piece of paper. Let's look at this mess. And okay, I get it, right? It's like embarrassing. So does embarrassment make you weak or strong, Donna? Does embarrassment have you stand up with courage and enthusiasm and feel like talking to somebody, or does it make you shrink and be weak? Of course, people know the answer to that. And so then you could ask people, so what is a different story that we can make up about this? And collaborate with people to make up a different story. Because one of the things you're going to want to ground people in is that it's all a story. So, okay, I have a story about, losing rank. Yeah, I get it. I get, how you would make up that story. Yes. But, okay, let's look at it from a prospect's point of view. From a prospect's point of view, they don't have any idea what a rank is. They don't know what RVP is. You shouldn't even be talking about RVP in your story. They don't know what that is. To the degree you talk about rank, you confuse them. They don't need to know anything about you were once, then you are not now, comp plan this, comp plan that. They don't need to know. All they need to know is that you're on this phenomenal journey. And guess what? Losing rank is part of the journey. It's part of the valuable journey. It's an asset. If I was an Arbonne distributor, I would love to lose rank. I would embrace losing rank. I would salivate over losing rank. I would consider losing rank an absolute rite of passage. Why? Because if I haven't lost rank, I can't really have this conversation with any of my people that have ever lost rank, right? But if I lost rank, I know what it feels like. I know how easy it is to create a story about embarrassment, can't prospect, can't tell my story anymore. I know all about it. I used to be a whatever, and then I lost it, and then guess what I did? I got my poop together. I rallied. I created a new story. Part of that story was losing rank is a requirement. You can't be a leader unless you've lost rank. You have no empathy. You have no experience. You have no wisdom. You can't be with somebody who's lost rank unless you've lost rank. You got to go through it. It's, consider it like a badge of honor. Like Arbonne ought to parade everybody who's ever lost rank on stage at convention and give them like the cowardly lion, give them a medal because they've lost rank. Now they're prepared to lead in a huge way. So, Mary, how about we make up a new story about you losing rank? And guess what? The only person that ever needs to hear this story is you, because prospects don't have anything to do with it. All they care about is the vision that you cast about why you're doing Arbonne and where you're going and how you might take them with you. And you can use losing rank as a new, deep, powerful part of your conviction as a leader.
So, yeah, pretty powerful message, isn't it? And so I just wanted to share that with you because I think we beat ourselves up. And maybe it's not, going to a different position. Maybe it's just you said you were going to be an RVP by September 1st and you're not even halfway there, whatever the story is, rewrite the story. Maybe it's just a story of, I am so proud of myself because I'm falling short of my goal, but I'm just pushing my goal back because I'm on it. I'm going for this. I'm doing this. And I think it's a really good example for your children. If they see you set a goal and maybe you didn't hit the goal, they're going to set goals in life. They're going to have times that they want to quit. And when they see you not giving up and just pressing forward, that's going to make an impact on you, so on them. So anyway, I'm sorry if I went over. I really wanted to share that video with you. I felt like it needed to speak it was going to speak to someone. So Terry, I'm going to just turn it back over to you. And if you have any questions, I'm not sure how long your Zoom goes. So.
We are good. Donna, thank you so much. That video was amazing and powerful. I love just the whole, I think we go into this business and things are good and then we don't expect things to get hard and we don't expect to we go through life in that circle too, right? True life is, that whole circle. And the thing I love the most about what you shared is that Arbonne is life and life is Arbonne. Like just because it's Arbonne, it's I think sometimes we think it's different. We go through cycles in our life and we go through cycles in Arbonne, but so many people just blame it on Arbonne. And it's not. It's truly just who we are as human beings and what we go through in life. And I just appreciate you so much taking the time. The video spoke to me for sure. And, we're not defined by a title. We're not defined by the comma in our paycheck, you guys. We're defined by who we are as ambassadors of Arbonne, what we do to share this business and the products and the opportunity with other people, and just really standing tall and being proud of what we have and being that ambassador. That's who we are. It's not a title. It's not time in the business. It's none of those things. It's how we stand proud as an Arbonne independent consultant. So Donna, thank you so much. Thank you for leading the way.
Thank you. And I want you to know that Richard wrote this Don't Forgo this Saturday, and it's the 1st. And we had such a phenomenal experience in the boot camp. Everyone who did it, just everyone is on fire. And so we are making a virtual boot camp available to everyone who was not in it. So you're going to hear about that on Saturday, September 1st. It's going to be available September 1st to the end of December. There were 13 90-minute boot camps, Zoom recordings that we did with Richard. Absolutely life-changing. The first one is worth the whole boot camp because Richard has known me and Arbonne for over 30 years, and he got us real crystal clear on Petter's vision, who we are, the legacy company that we are, and why we should be so proud. And everyone on the boot camp was just crying on the first one. So if you feel like you just need a game changer, that's the name of the boot camp, Game Changer Boot Camp. If you need help crafting your story and understanding the profession we're in, we have an incredible business that we're offering people. And so it just really got everyone crystal clear. So that's going to be September 1st.
Hey, Donna.
Yes.
How much is that boot camp?
Hey, Carlita. It is $197, and you get all of the 13 boot camps. Plus, there's he unlocked a bunch of training modules in his vault, like the vision workshop. And he also is sending, it also comes with, I can't remember how many books for your career, the private edition with all Arbonne people. And he teaches people how to prospect with the 4-year career book. So yeah, and that's for 197. Now, if you're not sure, he is doing on September 8th, and I think it's like $40 or something. He's doing a 4-hour boot camp, but for the whole profession. So anyone in any company could watch that. And so if you want to do that one and check it out, and then if you like what you see, you can always do the Arbonne one. But the Game Changer one is Arbonne specific. And one cool thing in most of the modules is 2 or 3 people each week he does role playing with, where they give them a prospect they're working with, and he walks them through, like what you would say and do to bring that person in. And it blew everyone away. Everyone was realizing that, wow, I talk way too much when I'm prospecting, Yeah. And he really taught us that there are lots of tools in the toolbox for prospecting, and you don't have to use the same order, the same tool. You really listen and connect with the person. And so if you really want to master this business, it's definitely a great opportunity for you. So
I'm just a mama bear about outside speakers and spending money outside of what we already do. So absolutely. I just would encourage everybody, check with your upline first and see if it's something they think you would benefit from where you are in your business. So definitely something I like to
voluntary. Absolutely. No one should ever talk anyone into anything.
Right.
Believe me.
I just know, you know what? I believe people are so desperate to build this business, and they will do anything. And we know that, you guys. And so there's so many things. I mean, I know Donna, and Donna has been with this company and loves Arbonne and does Arbonne and knows what, can help you. But I know you can get preyed on out there. And this is just an opportunity Arbonne has definitely been preyed on by outside speakers. And
oh yeah.
And so I am like truly like a mama bear when it comes to like outside speakers and what I expose my team to and
exactly
encourage them to do, because we've seen the gamut of it, haven't we, Donna?
Yes, I can probably count on 2 or 3 fingers the outside speakers I allow my team to network.
Yeah.
And if any of the MVPs or RVPs want the names of, there were about 50 MVPs that participated. They have actual results this summer from the skills that people learned, and it's not learning anything new. It's just really drilling down. Linda Lovelace, Donna, Sandra Tillinghast, Kathy Lutz. I mean, there was Shelby Mota. I mean, there were a lot of leaders that could give you a testimony if you guys are interested in that. But
thank you. That was wonderful. I mean, what he shared was spot on.
Yeah,
for sure. And
the whole boot camp was like that. It was just.
Yeah.
In fact, the very first one, I want to get to Jean David, our new CEO, because everyone was just in tears when he really brought us back to Petter's legacy and what it means to us now today with a family-owned business. And just really, everyone felt so proud. It was so cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving this time. It's such an honor and so cool to have you be the first MVP, you guys. And I love this lady. She has, been such an example of just like staying, like somebody, I don't know which one it was, but somebody said like staying in the trenches with us and always like being here. And I've been here for 15 years. I can't imagine not being here. So I know why she does it and how she does it, but there's not everybody does it. And I've done it for 15. I haven't done it for 30. And so I'm always just so grateful. And I love getting the opportunity to tell you thank you for what you do and how long you've done it and give what you've given all of us because you have. So I love you. I love Thomas. Tell him hi. And
he just asked about it. Still inactive on this Saturday, September 1st. Okay, it'll all be out there. If you're not in Go for Gold with Donna Johnson, there's 3,000 people in there. The whole company's in there. Just go to Go for Gold with Donna Johnson Facebook and request to be added. We don't let anyone in our Go for Gold community that is not with Arbonne. So you do have a series of questions, and my assistant Pat is very, very thorough. There'll be people sitting in there for quite a long time, and I'm like, why haven't you approved them? And she goes, they haven't gotten back to me and proved that they're with Arbonne. So it's a safe place, but SoundCloud too. We have a few hundred people listen live every Saturday, but thousands listen weekly on SoundCloud. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.